Hey friends, welcome to the Taste Toast Travel Podcast. We're your hosts and resident foodies and lovers of all things travel and exploration.
Grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and enjoy the journey with us.
Welcome back to another episode of Taste Toast Travel. I'm Tara.
And John's here.
And welcome to, what are we calling this? Cocktail hour? I was going to say wine hour, but we're not having wine.
Aperitivo?
Yeah. Aperitivo hour, cocktail hour. Yeah.
Happy hour?
Oh, maybe that's what I wanted to call it. Anyway, name is still obviously work in progress, but
Do you know who invented happy hour?
oh wait, you've told me this. No, where was it? It was the Italians, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
I'm doing the question thing that you used to do.
What?
His mom used to call him out on this so often. He would how would you do it? You would answer a question. You had this weird inflection that sounded like a Scottish person.
I would leave the end higher.
Yeah.
So it's
wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm making a statement, but I leave the end of the sentence high, so it sounds like a question.
And she's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That was funny. I haven't done that for a while. And then I started doing it. I caught myself doing it. That's pretty funny.
You might see me doing it. Anyway,
it's all right.
The Italians, yes, they invented aperitivo
or
happy hour.
Aperitivo.
And so that's
your people
been adopted all over the world. So everyone gets off work and then they go for an aperitivo. And then after that, they all have dinner.
Yeah.
So it's like a thing, get you ready to smash some food.
Mm-hmm. Taking a little sip of my cocktail as I say that, which I have to be so careful not to swallow too loudly as I am saying all of these things because what do I have? You might forget the name.
Isn't it? What do you have?
Misophonia.
Oh, okay. That's not
where
what I was gonna say.
If anybody, see, you're doing it now and I'm trying not to hear it.
I haven't even swallowed. I just swallowed.
I know, loud swallowing or loud chewing. Oh my God, you guys. I have it so bad. Does anybody else here have misophonia?
Honestly, it's worse for me.
I don't doubt that actually. But literally, it's rage inducing. I wish I wasn't like this, you guys.
Me
I don't
too.
know. Honestly, that's so fair. It's very annoying.
Super annoying.
But I just already know listening back to this, anytime we take a sip, I'm going to be
like a
cringing.
Bodily function. She's just go jump off a cliff. I'm okay, I'll never swallow or drink water again.
Or breathe or do anything else humanly. Yeah. Anyway, we're really excited to kick off this little series. We've been wanting to do this for a long time, honestly, but then something would always come. We wanted to do these episodes. Yeah, go have a child and stuff too. But we're always okay, well, if we're going to do this episode, we need to do it where we can actually have the drink and drink it and enjoy it. And for one reason or another, it's we never had the certain ingredients or whatever.
So we're Monday, do it.
So here we are. Yeah. On a Monday, okay, let's go. Cocktail hour. And also today was just a rough day with our child. She was just chaotic and
I was thirsty. So
a menace to society. So we need a cocktail. Anyway, so basically in these little cocktail hour episodes, assuming we keep doing these every so often, we can get our shit together to get the ingredients and everything. We each have chosen a cocktail. Might be our favorite, might be a random one that's kind of obscure or whatever, and we're gonna drink them and enjoy them and chat about them. Give a little bit of the history, fun facts, talk about some of the ingredients and things in there, all the good things.
Cool.
Yeah.
Get into
Excited?
it.
All right,
Tell me.
I'm going first?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really, really, really excited about my drink. Number one, because I just absolutely love it. Number two, it's so delicious and it's so, so painfully underrated. You have to admit, this is such an underrated.
I don't know if it's underrated. I feel like it's obscure where people don't know about it.
Sure.
I've never made one for someone and they're like, no, thank you. This is gross.
Yeah.
They're always just
we're introducing it to people, if anything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People are pleasantly surprised. So if you're watching the video version of this, I'm holding this up. The color looks a little weird on camera now that I'm looking at this.
A bit gray.
It's a little gray.
Yeah.
She's a little gray.
It's purple blue.
But it's a purple blue. If anything, I feel like it's typically a little more blue than this. This looks a little purple.
Yeah. When you Google the cocktail, you'll see the color.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so if you happen to miss the title of this episode, I am chatting about the Aviation cocktail with you guys. This is a really, really fun one. the roots of this cocktail go back as I was gonna say late, whatever, as the early 20th century. So one of the things I love about this cocktail is I just feel like it's so Prohibition era. Like it's so an era that I would have loved to have like been in and seen and like, I don't know, just witnessed, but like enjoying it now. So it's just like a really fun drink to kind of like bridge the two worlds and times, I guess, sort of. But it was first documented, and I do have some notes here, so I apologize if I sound like I'm reading something. It's because I am, because I can't remember things. It was first documented in, you're going to correct me on the pronunciation of this, Hugo Enslin, Ensslin,
Oh, was it in his
Ensslin.
cocktail book?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So it was in this gentleman's cocktail book, Recipes for Mixed Drinks, which was published in 1916. So this drink goes way back. And essentially, and I'm gonna mispronounce the hell out of this. Whatever. I'm just gonna go with it. Don't at me, you guys. Um, Enslin was a bartender at the Hotel Wallach in New York, and he crafted this cocktail by incorporating a blend of ingredients that really, and this is why I love it, it really just kind of set it apart from other contemporary drinks of the era. And I feel like it's still kind of set apart in some fun ways, but it's not a complicated drink to make. And if you like gin, you will absolutely love this cocktail. It's so good. It's not overly botanical. Like it has this kind of like I don't even want to call it sweet. It's just it has like a little bitterness to it. It's a little herbaceous, but it's not. I'm not even gonna say it's kind of more citrusy is the word I'm looking for because of the lemon, but we'll get there. So what's funny about this is in 1930 the recipe appeared in print again in Harry Craddock's book, The Savory Cocktail Book, but without a very, very key ingredient to this drink, which we were just talking about the color. So, spoiler alert, one of the ingredients in this cocktail is creme de violette. It kind of makes this drink, not gonna
So
lie. There's
the second one omitted the creme de violette.
yes.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, he
That
got rid of
sucks.
it. So, which clearly couldn't have been as good
I've had an aviation
without
it.
it.
Yeah, because like a lot
What?
of bars, I mean bars, if it's not like a specialty cocktail bar, they're not gonna have creme de violette. What kind of jackass comes in and is like, you have a creme de violette? Like, no.
Me, I'm
But
that
like,
jackass.
yeah, so sometimes they'll make an aviation without the creme de violette.
Yeah,
It's like
which
similar but not the same.
it's like mediocre. Yeah.
Similar
Same,
but not the
same,
same.
same, but different. I mean, I guess it ultimately just doesn't give it the color that it wants, but I'll get to that in a second because it does add a little something, something. It's not as, I guess you could say it's not as critical as other ingredients in it, but it is pretty important, at least for giving it like the color
It
that you
gives
want.
it that, yeah.
So basically, there was a discrepancy, right, in how he omitted it from his book. So it's still kind of not known whether it's that was on purpose because he liked it without it, or if he just like there's also kind of like a rumor that he read the recipe wrong or whatever. He was like in a rush writing it down and just like
That
straight up forgot it.
doesn't seem plausible, but whatever.
I'd be a little surprised. Yeah, but like what? But why leave it out? I don't know.
Get it published by like, oh, I forgot an ingredient.
Yeah, seems a little. Yeah. Anyway, so there's that there is a theory. Or he just thought it tasted better without it, which like again, I don't totally understand that. But anyway, whatever the reason for the discrepancy, his version is what most bartenders know and make today.
Without
Actually. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Um
That sucks.
yeah. I think it's maybe coming back a little bit, but yeah, but it's kind of like sad too because a lot of bartenders this is all like this is not just me, this is like what I've read, like don't know the reason behind its name either. But, you know, if you think about aviation, right? Sky, when you add the creme de violette, the drink obviously becomes this kind of, you know,
Blue.
well, I was going to say typically sky blue, even though this is
Kind of goes blue, yeah.
like a blue purple, like a nice little sunset,
It's
purple sunset. But basically it's supposed to like be reminiscent of the sky, right? So it's kind of the point to have it in there. So anyway, what's interesting though about this cocktail is it was almost lost to time. I don't know if you knew this, but it was like almost kind of gone forever, which would have been devastating to me as someone who didn't
Tragic.
know about this drink until you introduced it. Anyway, but the reason for that is because a major producer of creme de violette actually shut down.
Oh yeah.
And so this liquor like vanished from shelves
Now I remember.
around the 1960s. So some cocktails that might require creme de violette, which probably is not many, I would imagine, but some were just forgotten. Some substitutes were suggested in others, but really authentic versions of any cocktail with creme de violette were almost forgotten for good. And even during Prohibition, the liquor was apparently really hard to come by. Shocker. Um, as famous bartenders like Harry Craddock left it out of their recipes, as I mentioned. But in 2007, a importer in Minneapolis, of all places, called House Alpens. House Alpens. That sounds very.
Yeah, they started making creme de violette.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so they bought creme de violette. Yeah, brought creme de violette back to the United States right as the popularity of craft historical cocktails,
Yeah, they started to
i.e. this
importing
one.
it again.
Yeah, exploded back into style. So we can kind of thank him for that one, actually. So I feel like the more people find out about this cocktail, the more it could really catch on. It's very easy to drink. It's cute. It's like
I see it a lot more on like cocktail lists now.
Do you?
Hmm?
Okay. I haven't. I always have to special request it.
Well, I mean,
but I feel really cool because then people are like, "Oh, this girl
right
kind of
here-
knows her shit."
Right here, they have it on the list.
Yeah, Do they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I swear I was the one that brought that back.
Could be. Maybe you're the one.
Well, it wasn't on there before, and I'm just saying that I kept ordering it.
Because we go there all the time.
Yeah. Well, we used to be before we had a kid.
In the before times.
This is a place we used to go to a lot more frequently. We'll just put it that way. So, all right. So let's just quickly go through its ingredients because I think when having this cocktail, like again, there's certain parts of it that are pretty critical, and I think just like understanding it holistically is like just what makes it so amazing and delicious. So, gin, obviously, as I mentioned, is the heart of this cocktail. And it really just provides that kind of botanical like base and kind of foundation that it needs. It adds a lot of depth to it. Those kind of herbal juniper notes and just a really good base, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I will say, I was going to mention this later, but I'll just mention it now. A lot of recipes and things online I was finding mention that London dry gin seems to be the best. Up
Probably
for
the
interpretation.
original.
I mean, yes, that's probably true. So like, you don't want to mess with the original, like fair.
Well, back in the day,
that's
the only gin they had.
Right. Yeah.
No one else is doing gin at that point, really.
Yeah, true story.
So that's kind of the original.
The one I have to say that I did fall in love with, which I don't think is owned by him anymore, was Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, yeah.
Aviation. It was good.
Aviation
Was
gin.
it was Aviation gin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a good gin. I'm not going to lie. He might still be involved in that somehow. I don't know. But that was really good gin. We've tried this with a lot of different gins.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if there was like a favorite that we had. But anyway, if you're curious, that's like what a lot of the classics recommend. Next is maraschino liqueur. So quick little backstory on that. That basically brings a little like sweet and slightly bitter note to it. It's derived from Marasca cherries, so I'll get to that in a second. It just gives it a really distinct flavor. Little subtle fruitiness, but like not in an obnoxious way because I do not love fruity drinks. So like if you're not a fruity drink person, trust me, it's fine. It doesn't add much. Like you'll still love this. And fun fact, so I did like a little bit of research on maraschino liqueur because I didn't know anything about it. So that dates back to the 16th century.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you know any of this?
I didn't know that
maraschino liqueur?
It was that
yeah,
old.
because again, for anyone who's just tuning in or just getting to know us, John is a somm. So he like kind of knows a thing or two about a thing or two.
I didn't know it was that old.
Yeah.
16th century.
So this is pretty cool. Also, do you know what I had to make sure I was pronouncing this correctly. I believe this is correct. Do you know what a Dalmatian city is?
A Dalmatian city?
Yeah.
Yes. I can't remember what it is, but I know.
I know it, but I don't know it.
As soon as you start saying it, like, I'll be
okay.
Oh, yeah.
A city in the region of Dalmatia.
Yeah, in Croatia.
Yeah. Good for you. You're so smart. That's hot. Okay, cool. Yeah. Primarily located in what is modern-day Croatia. So it originated in and around Zadar. Zadar, Croatia.
Okay.
Yeah, specifically. So it was initially produced by Dominican monks who distilled the cherries, including their pits and everything, to create kind of a flavorful spirit out of it. So over time, it gained popularity across Europe, becoming a staple in many households and obviously an essential ingredient in cocktails like this. So the making of it begins with fermenting the cherries, like I said, pits, leaves, everything. And then the cherries are then distilled in copper pot stills, which is a traditional method that helps kind of
Mm-hmm.
preserve the unique flavor. And then it's aged in Finnish ashwood casks, which further enhances the complexity of the taste. This is like
So
a
specific.
I know. And then finally it's sweetened and diluted to the desired alcohol content before bottling.
Huh.
Yeah.
It smells delicious when you open a bottle.
I know.
It smells great. It smells
Yeah.
like you just open a jar of
Like, yeah, it's
maraschino
sweet, but it's like not,
cherries.
I don't know. It's not overall. And again, you use so little of it. And I'm gonna go over like the
Yeah,
exact
so it
amounts here in a
literally
second. But
lasts forever, honestly.
yeah. Oh my God. We have bottles of
Yeah,
yeah, I
maraschino liqueur
mean,
and creme de violette, they last for so long.
yeah, that's great. So anyway, that adds a lot to it. And then lemon juice, really easy. So
Basically, all the great cocktails, you have to have lemon juice. Every cocktail
fresh. For
is,
the love of God, make it
yeah,
fresh
yeah,
if you
fresh.
can.
If you can just get some lemons,
Yeah.
don't use the store-bought lemon juice in a
We've done
bottle. That's
it.
trash.
It's not.
Just squeeze a lemon, you lazy. Just squeeze a lemon.
I mean, listen, if you're
I
really
know
desperate.
people. I know people in my family that are just like, "Oh, I have
Ah,
the
fuck
lime."
it.
I'm like, "Where's your lime?" And they're like, "Oh, here," and they hand me a bottle. I'm like, "No,
One of those plastic lime
God,
lemon
no!
ones.
It just
Not the
doesn't taste
same.
the same, man."
No, it really
It's
doesn't.
like when you're
So,
cooking food and you use like,
yeah.
fresh ingredient versus like a store-bought ingredient. It's not the same.
No, it
It's
just
not the
doesn't
same.
add the same.
It's not the
It's not
same.
the same chutzpah, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, so the lemon juice, it just adds this really refreshing kick. It kind of harmonizes everything. It's just delicious, adds a nice balance to it. And then, of course, the creme de violette, which we've been talking about. So, that liqueur specifically adds kind of a little bit of a floral note. So it just, I don't know, it just kind of rounds everything out. And then, of course, gives it the color that we all know and love. So, in terms of making this and like proportions, amounts to put in, whatever I'm trying to say,
Yeah, pork.
2 ounces of gin, a half an ounce of fresh lemon juice, half an ounce of maraschino liqueur, quarter ounce of creme de violette. There you go. So,
Boom.
couple little just quick final, what do I say, FAQs, little things if you're like curious, okay, can I substitute? Can I whatever? If you are curious about substituting creme de violette with another liqueur, like we were saying, you can. Wouldn't recommend it. If you can get the creme de violette, like please do
You
it.
can.
Yeah, I know it's a little obscure. Not every store has it,
Go
which
to
is annoying.
your Bevmo, your what's the other big one?
I
Bevmo
know, I'm trying to think.
wine. What's the one?
Mm, I'm just thinking of
Well,
Bevmo.
if you're like
I
anywhere
know.
like not in California, Specs. Specs has really good. You can find creme de violette at
There's probably
Specs.
some
Mate,
like Albertsons. God, I'm so like
no, just Bevmo.
Costco, Costco, Sam's, or something like
Costco might have
that.
it, but just
I feel
Bevmo.
like we've seen it. Anyway, yeah, you might have to go to like a listen if you're gonna like have this cocktail,
Total
do it
Wine. That's what I
right,
was thinking.
whatever. Oh, Total
Total
Wine,
Wine.
yeah.
Total Wine. Bevmo.
They're like Bottle
Specs.
Barn, like a Bottle Barn. Do Bottle
That's
Barns
just
exist?
us. We just have that.
I could have sworn I saw like a Bottle
No,
Barn in
it's
Florida or
Total
something.
Wine, Total Wine, Bevmo,
Yeah,
Specs.
I'm sure we're forgetting something that aren't Californian.
Well, Specs isn't California. That's
No, I know.
but
I'm just.
yeah,
There's got to be more. Um,
Kroger, whatever.
yeah. So anyway, so short answer, yes, you can. Not really recommended, but like obviously, you can use an alternative. Basically, so I've never heard this. Maybe you have creme Yvette.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how great
I've
that is. It's basically a similar. They recommend it because it's a similar floral profile. Um, it's a clear fruit liqueur, such as like raspberry or blueberry.
yeah.
Not my thing, but
Creme Yvette, yeah.
it is what it is. But again,
I
of
wouldn't.
course, keep in mind the alterations can definitely like affect the taste of the drink. So
Enjoyability.
yeah, exactly. Can you make it without the maraschino liqueur? I personally would say no. My sources, which I will link in the show notes, say that if you don't have it on hand or you prefer to admit it for whatever reason, adding a small amount of simple syrup and a dash of orange bitters to basically you want to replace the sweetness that the maraschino liqueur would give. So
Hmm.
it adds that complexity, and it's
Yeah.
it's a substitute. I wouldn't say it's like 10 out of 10. You
It's
know
all
what I mean?
about balancing flavors.
Yeah,
Is the thing.
exactly.
So,
Yeah, we know all about that
I guess.
as a song.
Mm.
Yeah, you can talk more about that. But yeah, are there any non-alcoholic versions of the cocktail? Yes, you could. You could swap out for a non-alcoholic gin. Never had one of those. Can't say how good they are. You could try it.
I've never even seen one.
Or you could, just other botanical spirits that mimic the flavors of gin. So again, with any of these substitutions, of course, you're going to just like sacrifice a little bit of or a lot of it of the flavor, which is really just what makes this drink so yummy. But, combining that non-alcoholic gin alternative with maybe like a splash of citrus juice or lemon or grapefruit and then, like a touch of floral syrup or like maybe even infused water or something. It gives you a similar, I use that term loosely, experience, but it's a little different. It's funny. When I was pregnant, we never tried to recreate that. I don't think I even wanted to recreate this because I was like, it's not going to be as good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There is a mocktail version of this that you could do, but it's just,
Why? Yeah. I know.
she's not the same.
No.
I'm so bougie. Why bother? And then the last thing I was just going to mention as far as like garnishes, lemon twist is really classic. And then, of course, a cherry in there as well.
Maraschino cherry.
But is it? Well, I guess maraschino, the more red one, not the super fake red one.
No. Yeah, no. You won't
Can
be
you
getting.
clarify that?
Yeah, you won't be getting. I mean, I guess it depends on your access, but
Yeah. Those. Okay, I feel really, really dumb asking this now because now I'm blanking. Maraschino cherries. I think a lot of us think of them as like the really big red, the really sweet ones that are
goes in
like
like a Shirley
effing
Temple.
terrible for you.
Yeah.
What are
They're
the
delicious.
obnoxiously expensive ones that we've gotten on a couple of occasions?
Yeah, that's the traditional maraschino.
So they are
cherry.
maraschinos too. Okay.
Yeah.
So where have you gotten those from? Amazon? Where would you get this from?
Yeah, I get them on
remember.
Luxardo makes.
Yes, which makes the maraschino liqueur.
Luxardo makes their own maraschino cherries.
But they're like classic.
You can get them. You can get them on Amazon and they'll deliver them. There's no alcohol in it, so you could just order them.
Yeah.
And they're way cheaper. There's another kind,
but they're expensive.
Yeah, there's another kind you can find at the store. It's in like this it's a pretty white like ceramic bowl dish thing, and they're like $25 for some maraschino cherry. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So the Luxardo maraschino cherries are way better and way cheaper.
Yeah. I guess it depends how badly you want them. If you will note, I'm not drinking this with any garnish. So we could have done a lemon twist or something, which I think the place that we go to typically no, actually they do a cherry and a lemon twist. They're fancy.
They skewer it.
But anyway,
it's like a little kebab.
You can do it, but you don't really need it. It's fun with the cherry.
I like a cherry because I like to eat it.
It's really yummy. Yeah, it's really yummy at the end, but you could take it or leave it. But yeah, it just kind of adds a little vibrancy, little kick to it. But
I would have put a cherry in, we just didn't have any of the cherries.
Yeah, true. Oh yeah, if we had them for sure, I'd eat them right away. I love the like traditional, like the classic maraschino, not the big, juicy, obnoxiously sweet,
they're
gross
like
ones.
neon red ones.
Yeah, those are so bad for you.
Well, they're soaked in lye.
If y'all didn't know that, please know that.
Yeah, they're soaked in lye.
They're not good for you at all.
Changes the color,
Yeah. Nasty.
I like
it. Anyway, yeah, I'm sure you do. I used to too.
Nice Shirley Temple.
Until you ruined them for me. And now I've never had one ever again. Anyway, that's yours? That's my bit. That's the aviation. And now I can kick back and actually drink this and listen to you.
I'm almost finished with mine.
Yeah.
All right. So
get you all
so mine is kind of a fun one. And it's kind of become more popular, I think, in the recent years, maybe. I don't know if you can see it. But it is a nice kind of red color.
It was more red before you drank most.
Yeah, it's almost gone. I got a little orange peel in there. So I am doing the Negroni cocktail. And it has become one of my, if not my favorite,
I would say your
cocktails.
favorite.
It's just,
second to the old fashioned. Yeah.
It's the cool thing about it is you can't mess it up.
I'm sure you could.
It's so simple to make. It's 1-1-1. There's 3
Oh,
ingredients.
that's very simple. See, with mine, you got to remember.
Yeah, there's 3 ingredients, and they're all equal parts, right? Traditionally. So it makes it so much easier. Like, you go somewhere and you're like, they're going to put this amount of each in the cup. Like, that's good to go.
Right.
So it's another gin-based cocktail. And for people that don't like gin, or they're like, I like vodka. First of all,
you have thoughts on people that like.
If you like the taste of vodka, you should probably talk to someone about.
Oh my God! Unless you're like Russian or something.
Because vodka isn't necessarily meant to be tasted. It's meant to be in a drink that you're not tasting vodka. Like, it's just supposed to blend in.
Is that your opinion or is that a fact?
No, that's a fact.
Okay.
Vodka is supposed to go in a cocktail.
There's going to be people that disagree with you.
Vodka is supposed to go in a cocktail. You're not really supposed to taste it or anything. That's the point of vodka.
What about people that vodka is a part of their culture and they have it in shots or they have it chilled?
Yeah, no, I mean, there is like this thing about culturally having vodka.
Yeah.
The thing is with vodka, so there's a lot of cultural things that aren't necessarily like tasty and good. It's just cultural.
Okay. All right. I hear you.
So, yeah. So vodka for me, I guess, I don't hate vodka, but like, it's just one of those things. It's like, it's meant to go in a drink and you're not supposed to even know there's alcohol in that drink.
Yeah. High school and college ruined vodka.
It's just one of those things. It's supposed to be very neutral.
Sure.
Can add it to all kinds of different things. And the thing is too, like all the classic cocktails in the United States, if it's not whiskey, it's gin. We don't have any classic cocktails really that are vodka based. Even the martini, people are like, oh, what about martini? No, it's gin was the original.
What's in Sex on the Beach? That was one.
I don't.
Y'all are gonna laugh at me.
I don't think I would necessarily classify that as a classic cocktail.
Well, it came to me because when I studied abroad in Florence. I mean, listen, in high school, I had been drinking. I don't know, say this out loud. Whatever. I'd been drinking for several years. Okay, starting in high school. So by the time I was 19, I was not new to drinking, but I was new to cocktail culture in like proper bars and stuff, because you can't go out and do that in the US. So when I was in Florence, there would be cocktail menus and I'd be like, well, which is like the least offensive of all of these? So I like lived off of Sex on the Beach cocktails.
So funny.
Trust me, I know.
It's got like orange juice and grenadine.
I'm embarrassed to say it. I don't know how to drink it.
And vodka.
It's
probably?
Vodka.
Yeah. Vodka,
peach schnapps, orange juice, cranberry juice, and grenadine. Oh my God, how my tastes have changed. Anyway, sorry, I'm digressing. But...
So, I wouldn't necessarily call that a classic cocktail. Mai Tai?
Oh, you wouldn't?
Sure, classic cocktail, a Mai Tai. Not Sex on the Beach.
Sure,
it's a great drink, though.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll shush. Yeah.
I mean, maybe
you're right.
Screwdriver would classify.
Cosmo? Don't Cosmos have?
Yeah.
That's a classic cocktail.
I mean, I guess.
Okay, I'm like kind of proving you wrong here.
I guess. Cosmos are super young, though. I'm talking classic cocktails that are like old school.
When was the Cosmo?
I don't know, the 70s or 80s?
Really?
Yeah.
That's not as old as I thought it was. We'll have to do that one, too, at some
guy
point.
in New York invented it. And
really?
It's like freaking crazy.
All I think of is Sarah Jessica Parker in Sex and the City.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they probably made the Cosmo
honestly,
really famous.
I'm sure
that wasn't even until the 90s.
Like contributed to that.
So
that's
yeah,
so
I mean,
true.
I'm talking classic cocktails like
as old as mine, if not older. Yeah. Okay, I hear you.
Like a Tom Collins or a Gin Ricky or like
those go way back. Yeah.
Whiskey sour.
Oh, we have to do those.
That
those
kind of stuff.
I do.
I'm
like
not talking
sours.
like new stuff.
Gotcha.
Blue Hawaii. No. Great movie. Elvis, love you.
Oh, I love it.
The drink's fine too, honestly. Anyway, before we get off topic,
you really need to stop talking.
What I was gonna say is the classic cocktails were like all gin based because we were owned by the British and London Dry Gin, so we had gins to begin with. We had gin before everything. right?
Yeah.
And vodka didn't come here till a long time after from the Russians, because the Russians had vodka, but
Yes.
they didn't come here for a long time, so we didn't have any access or any wherewithal about vodka. So gin was our thing, gin and whiskey. That
Yep.
was our thing. We had gin and we had whiskey, and like, let's make cocktails. So that's why a lot of the classic cocktails in America are gin and
Makes a
whiskey
lot of sense.
based.
And whiskey was brought here?
We made it,
Oh, okay.
making whiskey. Yeah.
Man, I am so out of the loop in terms of alcohol things. Okay,
Yeah.
continue.
So
you got gin. I did not know that was a gin-based drink.
which one?
Actually, yours?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I kind of didn't. I know other ingredients, which I'll let you continue talking about, but
And it was invented in Italy, and it's gin.
yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so continue. All right, so it's got gin.
It's got gin, Campari.
That's what I always think of when I hear
Gin,
Negroni.
Campari, and sweet vermouth.
Mm-hmm.
So you get gin, which is like alcohol, right?
It's like alcohol.
Campari, which is bitter.
Yeah.
And then you have sweet vermouth, which is sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like 3 of the pillars,
For a very solid cocktail
which balances it out.
that I sadly don't like very much.
I know some people don't like it. I love it.
It's a little bitter for me.
That's why some people do a
Personally.
little bit more sweet vermouth.
The Campari is pretty bitter.
Some people do a little bit more sweet vermouth, so it kind of sweetens it up, and you don't get as much bitterness from the Campari. I love Campari.
Yeah, you do.
It's just I love a grapefruit too, and it gives you this like bitter grapefruit rind, orange rind kind of thing going on with it, which I really enjoy. I think it's like just a perfect cocktail because it's such a great balance of like sweetness with bitterness. And again, it's so easy to make. You just do an ounce of gin, an ounce of sweet vermouth, and an ounce of Campari. Bang, you got a Negroni.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So the history of this goes back to Florence in 1919.
My favorite place.
So it was apparently there is a cafe in Florence. It was originally called Cafe Cassoni.
Mm-hmm.
It's been renamed. I don't know the name.
Oh my god, I want to know where it is now.
What it is, what the new name of it is, but it's still there. And it was the favorite place of Count Camillo Negroni, named after a count. How cool is that? So Count Camillo Negroni went to his local spot, Cafe Cassoni, and he was ordering Americanos. So the Americano cocktail is the same as a Negroni, except for you take the gin and swap it with soda water. So you'd have Campari, sweet vermouth, and soda water. And he was drinking those, and he's like, I will need something stronger to the bartender. So the bartender was like,
I will
okay,
need something
so I'll
stronger.
take the soda water out, add a good old helping of gin, and boom, Negroni was invented.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And so I don't know how long after that it became like popular, but that's kind of like the most widely accepted story of how the cocktail came to be.
I love that.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Isn't that, it's like almost reminiscent of like the margarita pizza. She was like, it was like
margarita.
made for her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just quickly looking up as you were talking. So the history of, I think it's now Cafe Giacosa.
Oh yeah, okay.
Does that sound familiar?
Yep.
Okay. So whenever one of Italy's
Giacosa.
oldest bars is resurrected, it's a cause for celebration. Da, 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 da. This is from theflorentine.net. The history of Cafe Giacosa dates back to the 1800s when the Via Tornabuoni, and honestly, it's showing me a picture.
Via Tornabuoni.
God, it looks familiar. It's a main street.
Yeah, Via Tornabuoni is big. There's
you'd recognize it.
There's like Louis Vuitton on it. There's
Rolex
on it. There's like some big places on it.
Is that Tornabuoni?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's where our Gucci is.
Yep, Gucci's
the one
there.
we've only been to twice, but absolutely love. Our BFF works there, and yeah, okay. So yeah, I was gonna say it's a corner place. Like I feel like I recognize it, but Yeah, so I think that's what it's called now.
Cool.
To reduce the seltzer and add some gin without anyone seeing.
Mm.
One day in 1919, the Count cheekily asked a younger bartender, yeah, okay, so there you go. The Negroni was born. That's
Kind of cool
really
story.
cool. I love that
And
story.
then so the other two ingredients. So you have the Campari. So Campari um, is really interesting. It's from 1860.
God, that's old.
Yeah, outside.
Well, old, relatively
Yeah,
speaking.
1860. It was invented outside of Milan. And then once it gained, popularity, their main factory was kind of like in Milan, really. Um, and so it's a blend of all different types of herbs and botanicals and like orange peel and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And originally the red color, so the red color is like what set it apart.
Yeah.
There was
It's
really
kind of
nothing
like
like,
my purple drink.
yeah, there was really no Campari. Like, if you had Campari on the shelf, like, there was nothing else on the shelf that was like bright red like that,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So that was the thing. They got the color originally from squashing these like bugs.
Stop. I knew
Yeah.
you were going to say something weird like
They
that.
were like these red bugs. I can't remember the name of them. It's like coquetti or whatever.
Cockroaches?
No. It wasn't a cockroach. It was like it looked like a little like bug or I don't know.
I'm
But they have
gonna have to look
since
that up
they have
now.
since not they don't do that
Yeah,
anymore.
I should hope not.
They use coloring agents to make it that red color, but
No,
originally,
that's
yeah, it
not
was
great
made
either.
from like squashing these bugs, which I thought was funny. And then on the very main page, when you go on Campari.com, it's like, did you find it?
I think so. Wait. Keep talking.
On the
Yeah.
like main page, when you click on like history,
Mm-hmm.
the thing says like in 1860, this was made and it's been so perfect that it's never been changed, but it's like you did change it. You took out the bugs.
They're beetles,
Oh,
by the
cool.
way, more specifically from dried, can't pronounce, cochineal,
Coconut. Coconut.
Cochinel. I'm
Yeah,
horrible with
yeah.
pronouncing things.
Coquinel.
Cochineal. Anyway, they're beetles, is what y'all need to know. So,
Apparently they were red
ew.
beetles, so you would squish them and they would get that red color. But like,
It's
I just thought it was
nasty.
funny that like the website says like the
That's
recipe was
hilarious.
so perfect it hasn't been changed since 1860, but it has been.
But it
They don't use
has.
beetles anymore. They use coloring agent, probably for
Yeah.
the best. But I would be interested to try the originals with the
Best
beetles.
and worst in a
I
way.
wonder what it tasted like with the beetles. I bet it was really cool. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and then vermouth.
Yeah.
So
Tell me
then you
about
have
vermouth.
all different types of vermouth: sweet
Yeah.
vermouth, dry vermouth, and then all different places make their own sweet vermouth because sweet vermouth
Right.
is just it's made from wine.
Yep.
So basically, it's a fortified wine. Add sugar and fortification. Usually, it's like grape distillate, so it's like higher alcohol grape or like wine that's been distilled, so you get like this clear
Mm-hmm.
uh, alcohol and that's higher alcohol. So you add that sugar, botanicals, all that. So let the botanicals like steep inside of it, and you get like your essential your flavor profile.
Yeah.
And so the one I am using is Vermouth di Torino, which I really enjoy. It's made in Turin.
I love that area of Italy. It's
I
so
think
pretty.
yeah, it's in Piemonte.
Mm-hmm.
So I really enjoy that one specifically in my drinks, whether it be a Negroni or a Manhattan or
Mm-hmm.
like an old fashioned.
We're definitely gonna be doing those cocktails too.
There's another one that's really, really good. It's called Antica Formula, and that one's really good too. I think I probably prefer, I don't know. I really like the Torino.
What's the difference between the two? Like, does one just kind of give a
I feel
little,
like
little
Torino is
something?
a little bit more of like a darker characteristic
Okay.
versus the Antica Formula has a little bit of like more of like a lighter, kind of brighter.
Mhm.
I like it a lot. It's like more like dense and rich in the Torino.
Which is kind of your more flavor profile that you like. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess it kind of. Well, this I'm glad you mentioned that because it depends on the person, right?
Yeah,
That's
so
kind
I
of
mean,
what
like,
you're
yeah,
looking
all the
for.
vermouths, depending on where it's from, they have access to different botanicals and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they use what they have in their area. It's almost like an Amaro. So there's like gajillions of Amaros around Italy
Yeah.
because
Oh
everyone makes
yeah.
one from what they have.
Oh, that just brought me back to this place in Napa that sadly is no longer there. But do you remember the Amaro no Nino tastings they would do?
It was just an Amaro tasting, not Amaro no Nino.
Oh, not Amaro no Nino.
Amaro no
Anyway,
Nino is a type.
the da-da-da, that's right. Yeah, the Amaro tasting.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was really
Different
fun.
Amaros, just like zillions of them.
Love Amaro.
Yeah.
That one was really yummy.
Darker, lighter,
Mm-hmm.
all different kinds. Yeah.
I liked the darker ones. I remember.
Yeah.
From that. Man, bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss those.
Yeah, those are fun.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta try and see what you like, honestly.
Yeah.
Averna is one of my favorites. It's very dark and rich. But yeah, the Negroni, fun cocktail.
That's a classic, yeah.
Very easy to make.
Mm-hmm.
I think that has a lot going for it, honestly. It's just so easy.
Yeah.
The ingredients are relatively easy to find, too. I mean, you can go to any store and find gin. You can go to any store and find Campari and sweet vermouth. I mean, what do you have access to, honestly? You don't have to get like a crazy, ridiculous vermouth. You can get whatever you have access to. I mean, the vermouth I had, it's a smaller bottle. It's not a big bottle, but I mean, it's, like $20 for a bottle. I don't know.
Could be worse. It
But
lasts a while.
There's like Gallo sweet vermouth. It's like $5.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, if that's your thing, go for it. It's not mine, but it lasts a while too. And Campari lasts a long time too, because it's 20%.
A lot of these alcohol, basically everything in both of our drinks, minus like the lemon juice and stuff in mine, I mean, are ones that last.
They last a while.
So it's like that's what's tough with alcohol, right? You pay a little up front, but like they'll sit on your shelf for a long time.
Yeah, it's not like wine where if you open it, you have to drink it. It's they last a while because they have higher alcohol.
Right.
But that acts as a preservative.
Yep. That's right.
Mm.
Cool.
I think I've everything. I've said it all.
Yeah, I've said it all. I'm done. That was fun. Because
Mm-hmm.
you've had this cocktail. Oh my God, so many times for so long, and I never really knew. I mean, I just figured out it had gin in it.
There's nothing like sitting
I think you told me
a cafe in Florence when it's a hot day. God, I know. And ordering a Negroni and just like sipping on it. It's so good. So good.
Take me back.
Light and fresh and herbaceous and just.
Yeah, it's pretty bitter. Campari, it's bitter.
It is bitter. That's why you had the sweet vermouth.
I know.
I'm a person.
Maybe I'm just a person that needs a little more sweet vermouth. Yeah, which I don't want to be that person.
Campari and soda. Like I'll just sit there and drink.
Yeah,
some Campari.
I can't do that.
So good. It's like grapefruit juice.
Yeah. Nah, not for me. But that was really interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. That was fun. All right. Well, to start wrapping this up, we have, as a kind of continuation from last week's episode, we have another little rendition of Keep, Swap, or Trash. So I'll just go ahead and start this one. So I have a couple. One is drink related. One is not. I'll reveal that when I get there. So this is a departure from cocktails.
Oh.
Okay. So Keep, Swap, or Trash. I was almost tempted not to do this one because I feel like I know what you're going to choose, but it's fine. Cava.
No.
Champagne.
Oh.
Prosecco.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely keep champagne.
I knew it.
Definitely keep champagne.
Yeah, that one's not fun. I mean, it's fun because who loves champagne?
Trash. That's tough because I like.
So at least I got you on the last two.
Yeah, I like cava.
Yeah, I know you do.
And
there's a time and a place for prosecco.
Yeah, I would. But the thing is, if I trash prosecco, I have to swap the cava, and I don't want to swap cava because I like cava.
And I have one hell of a swap for you.
All right, well, I would trash prosecco, and I would swap cava, I guess.
Okay. That swap that you'd be stuck with?
Yeah.
No shade. La Marca.
Which is prosecco.
Yeah.
So I get prosecco anyway.
Ah, shit.
Even if I trashed it.
But specifically La Marca. It would be
even if I trashed
that quality.
It's not fair.
I know. Well, I kind of messed that up. You know what I originally had?
What did you have?
Grappa.
Oh.
But that didn't fall in line with the whole bubbles thing. So I was kind of like, I don't know. I changed it last minute. I shouldn't have. How would you have felt about grappa if I'd swapped that in there? You would not have liked that one.
No, I
you don't
mean,
like grappa as much as I do.
grappa's fine. I can take it or leave it. I don't.
Depends on the producer.
If I never had grappa again for the rest of my life, I don't think I would miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be too, but time and a place for grappa.
Hmm.
I enjoyed it at our wedding.
I mean, yeah.
Our Italian wedding. Did you even have it there? You did. Who can remember? All right. Anyway, you want to go? Hit me.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep, swap, or trash.
Keep, swap, trash. Brunello di Montalcino. Barolo.
You're mean.
And Amarone.
Oh, that's just awful. Why would you do that to me?
I don't know. It's a fun one. Those are
world problem.
If you don't know, those are like the 3 main wine. Like those are the kings of Italian wine there.
I love Amarone.
So keep it.
I also love Barolo.
So keep it.
And I also love.
So keep it.
Damn you. Okay. That's awful. I didn't see this one coming, honestly. I thought you were going in a totally different direction. Okay. Hold on. I guess I would have to. Wow. I might actually say this. I might have to keep the Amarone.
Okay.
But that means I get rid of the other 2. Trash the Brunello, I guess, and swap the Barolo.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm so
that
disgusting.
is
No. No, actually, no. I don't feel good about that. Keep the Barolo. Swap the Amarone.
Swap the Amarone. Trash Brunello.
Can I just
Barolo.
say,
oh my god,
I do this
that's
with
a complete
like
opposite answer you
the
just gave.
most conflict in my heart ever.
That's crazy.
Because
you just gave me an answer and then you were like, wait, and completely changed it.
Well,
that's funny.
I don't like this game. We're not playing this game
Which
anymore.
one did you swap?
The Amarone.
Oh, okay. I'll give you a nice little swap is just a nice little regular Chianti.
Oh, I'm fine with that. Okay. I mean, I'm not fine with it because I love Amarone and I would want to keep drinking it the rest of my life. But if I had to swap it for a Chianti, I love
There's
Chianti.
worse wines to have.
There's worse wines to have. Wow. That's
a tough one.
That was cruel.
That's a real pickle.
That was a real pickle. I also... Oh, yeah. No, I won't even. Okay. Now, that was hard. All right. Completely and utterly switching gears.
Cool.
Road trip snacks.
Oh, fun.
I'm also a little torn on this swap for you. I need to get better at the swaps. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Okay. So, road trip snacks. Keep, swap, or trash. I'm debating on how specific I want to be with this one. Let's just say sour gummies.
Okay.
Of some kind. Some sour snack, right?
Love that.
That is in a gummy form.
Yep.
Beef jerky. Gardettos. I know.
Yeah, so I would keep the Gardettos. I would trash the gummies and probably swap the...
Really?
Yeah, swap the beef jerky.
Okay. Your swap would be...
To be fair, I would have all 3 of those on a road trip.
I know you would. We've done all 3 on a road trip.
I would have them all.
To Reno, specifically.
I know. Biggest little city.
I remember stopping on our way up to get all 3 of those things.
So yeah, I would definitely.
Yeah.
So what would I get if I swapped?
Twizzlers.
Oh, that sucks.
Not red vines. Twizzlers.
It's like eating plastic.
Okay, here's what's so funny. So, me and one of our good friends, she is from the East Coast. I think you know who I'm talking about, maybe?
Oh, yes.
Her and I have had, I guess I could say her name, but whatever. Anyway, we were laughing because she and I grew up more with Twizzlers. More of an East Coast thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
And y'all here in California, which I've been here since I was 10, so I can't really say it that way, but whatever. Californians are big on their red vines.
because they're better.
There is a notable difference. And I'm not going to lie to you.
Twizzlers are so gross.
I do like red vines.
Yeah, Twizzlers taste like...
When compared to the chew. Honestly, if nothing else, it's because they're easier to freaking chew.
Twizzlers are like eating like plastic.
They're a little plastic.
The flavor is not even good. It's just, they're gross. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I hear you. But anyway, that was your swap.
That sucks.
This
is a shit swap.
You're not very happy with that.
That's a bad road trip. Like, we're driving 4 hours. What we got? Oh, we got endless supply of Twizzlers.
You know, you got your Gardettos, okay? You got that.
I was just out there eating Gardettos.
Actually, I would love to know from you guys. Do you have a classic trip snack? Road trip or not, that you have? Ours is Gardettos. One or both of us. This last trip, when we just went to Hawaii, that we just recapped here on the podcast, we both had bags of Gardettos in our suitcase.
They're delicious.
In our suitcase. In our carry-ons on the way there. That's like my go-to snack for trips.
They're delicious.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so I have one other one for
Okay.
you.
Hit me, and then
so this one's kind of fun.
Okay.
So it is, you're at a restaurant.
Okay.
And you can either have 3 appetizers.
Making this up as you go, aren't you?
I was just trying to decide if it's 2 or 3.
Debating. Okay.
3 appetizers.
Okay.
1 kick-ass appetizer. So you either get entree. 3 appetizers or...
Your Negroni's getting to you.
Yeah, probably. 3 appetizers.
Okay, 3 appetizers.
1, like, the most amazing entree that you can think of. Okay. Like, it's completely nailed, perfect rendition of it. It's amazing. Like, what you love in the world the most, it's like that perfectly.
Okay.
Or endless supply of dessert.
Oh, this is so easy for me.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not going to trip me up with this one.
Okay.
Okay. So, people might disagree with me on this. That's okay. I would actually trash dessert.
Okay.
You know me well enough.
You don't go out of your way for dessert.
I don't.
But you eat it when it's there.
It is the epitome of it's what Jeremy Clarkson would say. Enough. I'll have it if it's there.
All right.
You know what I mean? It's put in front of me, and I happen to like it. Great. If not, I can live without it. I can get something else, or just not have it. This answer might surprise you. I would swap the 3 appetizers actually.
Oh, okay.
Which I know might be surprising because we were literally just saying in our Hawaii trip how we split a lot of different appetizers, and
so
we loved that.
Swap that. You'd trash the entree.
What? No, I just said I would.
Oh, sorry. You're keeping the entree.
We need to not drink during these episodes. Good Lord.
Sorry.
Okay. I would trash the desserts.
Yep. Keep the entree and swap the appetizers.
Exactly.
Okay.
The reason I'll just say that I would keep the entree is what immediately kind of hit in my mind, and this is my brain wanting to be in like La Dolce Vita mode, right? Is quality over quantity. I want to, and I have been on trips or gone to like restaurants or whatever, nothing particularly fancy either, where there has been an entree put in front of me that has been like, not to be dramatic, but kind of life-changing. And I'm like, wow, they did this so well. This was so like just quality. And you were, as you said, like, it's like something that I really love. And it's like my favorite thing in the world, right? I would so much rather have
one of those.
Yeah. And just like savor it and be like, oh my God, that was so memorable, versus 3 entrees that could be hit or miss, or we're just maybe middle of the road, or even though I love variety. Yeah. In that case, I think I'd go with the entree.
And so your swap would be a beef stick.
Okay. I guess I could think of worse things.
Not if you're vegetarian.
No.
What am I going to do with that?
That is hell. I guess it's a good thing
Feed
I'm not
off the cows.
Vegetarian. Oh my God, that was a funny swap. I didn't see that one coming. Yeah, that's a good one. That was a good question though, because for me, as someone who loves appetizers, loves variety, loves
I honestly
being
thought
able
you would
to.
choose the appetizers.
I know you did. You learn something new every day after 7 years of being together, however long it's been. We just celebrated too. Our
What?
3-year
Father's Day?
anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
3-year
also Father's
anniversary.
Day,
Yeah.
but here, 3-year anniversary on June 11th.
Neat.
So, yay us.
Yay us.
Yeah, 3 years of marriage, and well, we started dating. It was like, let's say early 2018.
Yeah.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, 7 years. Look at us go.
Still going.
I know. Podcast and all. All right, you guys. Well, this was really fun.
Yeah, good time.
We should go eat some dinner now.
Yeah, I'm famished.
I haven't eaten.
I've had a bunch of bitter alcohol, and all I want to do is eat.
Yeah, I'm sure. So this was really fun. I was really looking forward to this one for a long time. Glad we were finally able to do it. Let us know if you guys like these cocktails, even don't like these cocktails. Yeah, we'd love to hear it all. If you try them at home, let us know what you think. We love all things cocktails, obviously. Thank you guys for joining us in this episode of Taste Toast Travel, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us and tuning into the Taste Toast Travel podcast. We really appreciate you being here and hope you're enjoying these honest conversations about all things sipping, savoring, and seeing the world. If you like what you're hearing on the podcast, we would truly appreciate a rating or review on whatever platform you're tuning in on, so fellow foodies, Epicureans, and travel enthusiasts can enjoy this content too. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a follow at Taste Toast Travel. We'll see you in the next episode.